When I first became a professional photographer, the first accessory I bought for myself, besides the camera and the lens, was a camera strap. And if you've ever used the default neck strap that comes with your big camera, then you might understand why. Because I don't know about you, but I find that if I actually use those neck straps, it gives me a real pain in my neck and my upper back. So I actually have the original camera strap that I was using, and I still use it. But I want to show you my new favorite camera strap. So it's brand new. It was sent to me by PGYTECH. They said, hey, check out this camera strap. And even though I kind of have my doubts because I'm like, how much can a camera strap really evolve? I was initially impressed, and I still am after testing it, because I feel like this camera strap, it blends the best of both worlds in terms of two very popular camera straps. So this is the BlackRapid R strap, and this is the Peak Design slide strap. And they both have their merits, but honestly, I'm really surprised it took this long for a company to take these two camera straps, combine the best features into one. So I want to tell you all about this camera strap in this video. And actually, there are two camera straps. So there's a single version and a double version. And they also come in two colors. So it comes in black and it comes in green. I went with green because, even though green is not my favorite color, I like it a lot more than black these days. And I feel like every piece of camera gear out there, including cameras themselves, like they always come in black. So I am so tired of having black camera accessories. And so it's nice to have something that isn't all black. And so, yeah, that was the first thing that really stood out to me about this camera strap. The other thing, it really struck me as just an upgraded, nicer looking version of the BlackRapid R strap. Now, I love BlackRapid. They're actually based here in Seattle, and I've been using them for a long, long time. I still use them, in fact. Like, this is my original BlackRapid R strap, but I've had several others since. I'm always at these events and people are like, aren't you so sore from carrying all that heavy camera gear? And I'm like, actually, no, I'm not, because I use BlackRapid straps. And they're so ergonomic. Like, I can be carrying the heaviest piece of camera gear and it feels like nothing after hours if I'm using my BlackRapid strap. What I have not loved is just the look, right? Like, it's so utilitarian looking, just not very stylish, it's more functional. So I really like that this PGYTECH strap, it's called the Master camera strap, I believe. But yeah, it just looks nicer. So this part goes over your shoulder. It's nicely padded. So this inner part is soft, it's made of suede, and the outside, they claim that it's genuine leather. It smells like it, like this is actual real leather. And so, yeah, it just looks a lot nicer compared to this, right? So that struck me as really nice off the bat. The other part is that this longer part of the strap, compared to whatever material BlackRapid is using here, this is really lightweight, I'll give them that, but it just, it's kind of forgettable, right? It doesn't look all that nice. This part, it's like so soft. If you take a look at the Peak Design slide strap, it's basically the same material. So it just has this really nice texture. It looks nice, it feels nice, it's very smooth. Maybe this is a personal opinion, but I've always found that Peak Design is a little bit less ergonomic in terms of their strap, which is why I've stuck with our strap this whole time, because this still essentially, like, you can wear it around your neck, around your shoulder, but I just find that the way that BlackRapid made their strap, like, it's so much more ergonomic this way. So I've always wanted to like Peak Design, but I've never quite liked the way that these straps actually perform. But I've loved the look of them and the material of them. And that's why this new PGYTECH strap really has me excited, because, like I said, it's taking the form factor of BlackRapid, but just making it look nicer. But one thing I initially was not so wild about, and I'm still wrapping my head around it because it's taking some getting used to, is how this camera strap attaches to your camera. So with BlackRapid, they've got this little piece here, and it twists into the 1/4-20 hole in the bottom of your camera. And that's how it secures. And honestly, this has been working out really well over the years. I've used it for well over a decade, and I mean, it works out really, really well. So that's how I'm used to attaching these straps to my cameras. Peak Design functions a little more differently. So these parts here, they come with like these little buttons, and these parts attach to the built-in camera straps on your camera. Then you just kind of attach them to each side of your camera. So I've always thought of it as like a more glorified neck strap, basically. But this new strap by PGYTECH, it's got its own attachment mechanism. And again, pros and cons to it. The biggest con is just getting used to it because it takes a little bit of practice. I have to like retrain my hands just to learn to reattach this a little bit faster. But basically it comes with this Arca Swiss plate. You have to attach it to the bottom of your camera. And then you also have like these anchors here. So they're very similar to Peak Design style, but they are their own thing. So you attach the anchors to each corner, or two of the corners of the bottom of the Arca Swiss plate. You just put them in here like this, and then they kind of click into place. Again, I just need to have practice with this to do this a little bit faster. But yeah, this is how it attaches to your camera. And then when you want to detach them, you just pinch these sides here. And then the little anchors come out, and now your camera's free. Then you can stick it back in. But now, with this whole new camera strap setup, I now have an Arca Swiss plate. So anytime I want to stick this on a tripod, I can do that and not have to remove these anchors. So that's actually a really clever thing that they did here by doing that. The other crazy thing about these camera straps that I have not yet tested, I don't really know how to test this, but it claims to have a crazy payload. Like it can support 90 kilos, which is basically 200 pounds. Which is insane. I mean, my shoulders can't support that kind of weight, which is why I'm saying I can't test that, because I don't know how to attach 200 pounds to a strap like this. But it basically means that no matter how heavy your camera rig is, supposedly this camera strap can handle it. So overall, I've been testing it out for a couple weeks now, and I really do like this camera strap. It is very, very comfortable. Again, has taken me some time to get used to attaching and detaching my camera with the attachment point here. But other than that, it's been great. And they have a secondary strap as well that lets you carry two cameras at the same time. Again, the layout is very similar to BlackRapid, but the advantage of the PGYTECH, besides all of the ones that I've already listed, is that the dual strap also lets you carry a third unit. So in their pictures, they kind of model like putting a pair of binoculars on the center chest part. But I personally don't have any binoculars that I can do that with. But I do have other cameras. If you have a really compact camera, like your vlogging camera, or maybe some people like to use film cameras, you can attach that to your chest. So it's actually like a 3-camera setup that way. So overall, I really didn't think camera straps could evolve in 2025, but guess what? They have. And so, yeah, I'm a big fan so far. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.